dropped my controller at the beginning there, but anyways, it's time now for the semi-final match of our Xbox 360 Tournament of Champions for Jeopardy! This is Jeopardy! If I win this semi-final match, then I get to move on to the finals, which is a 2-game total point affair.
Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Rivette.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round.
$200 clues.
Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories.
And here are the categories.
In the dictionary: Leonard Maltin's favorite films, salmon, L.A. Story, presidential campaigns, and book titles. Okay, let's get back into this.
Let's start
Layer
with
one,
dictionary.
it's a 7-letter synonym for majorette, from what she does with her baton. Okay, player 1.
What is twirler?
Good.
Okay. Dictionary for 400.
You get to... This enclosed glass container is used to keep plants and small animals, such as turtles and lizards. Player 1.
What is an aquarium?
Sorry.
No.
That's wrong. Anyone else? Here's what we were looking for: a terrarium.
Never heard of that. Dictionary for
Player
600.
1. Appropriately, the word volcano comes from the name of this Roman god. Here's the correct response: Vulcan.
Vulcan, should have known that. Let's
You
go to
again, player 1.
Malton's favorite films for 200.
This World War II classic, set in war-torn Morocco, is his candidate for the best Hollywood movie of all time. Yes, player 1?
What is Casablanca?
Yeah! You're out of the hole.
There we go. Leonard Malton's favorite films.
Select again. This Scorsese film is about a boxer whose leading opponent outside the ring was always himself.
Not really sure on this one. Player 3.
Let's hear it, player 3.
Somebody up there likes
No, that's
not.
not.
Well, it's 50-50.
Anyone
so...
else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player 1.
What is Requiem for Heavyweight?
No, that's not.
Oh, no. Raging Bull.
Any other takers?
It's Raging Bull.
Okay, player 2.
I'm not starting this game
Player
very
2,
well.
you start us off.
600, Leonard Malton.
Here's Kelly with the clue.
Shots of Jupiter and its moons figure prominently in this director's 2001 A Space Odyssey, which Malton called a unique masterpiece.
Let's hear it, player 1.
Who is Stanley Kubrick?
Right. Good.
There we
Back
go.
on the
Now
plus
I'm
side.
out of the hole again, and let's hope I stay
Player
there this
1,
time.
what David Lean's 1946 British film of this Dickens tale is a real pip, and the opening graveyard sequence is a gem. Let's hear it, player 2.
Nicholas?
Nope.
No.
Any other takers?
50-50 chance again.
It's player 1.
What is David Copperfield?
Sorry.
No! Great
Anyone
Expectations was the answer there. This is not
Let's hear it,
starting
player
off
3.
very well.
Correct. You've got some money again.
At minus 600.
Player 3, make a selection, please, as we
Presidential
continue.
campaigns.
A campaign slogan in 1964 said, "All the way with these 3 letters." Let's hear it, player 1.
What is LBJ?
That's correct.
Alright.
Player 1, make a selection,
your
please.
800.
And I'll hand it off to Sarah.
In the pronunciation for the word circus, the U is an unstressed vowel and is marked with what looks like an inverted E, called this.
The correct response is schwa.
Schwa.
You get to... The name of this horse breed tells us that it originated in the Perche area of France. It's player 1.
What is Percheron?
That is correct. You've got
Alright,
some
now I'm out
money
of the
again.
hole.
You get to pick again. Debbie Reynolds was a teenager when she tapped up a storm in this 1952 film. Perhaps the best movie musical ever made.
Okay, I've been in and out of the hole non-stop.
Let's hear it, player 3.
Singing in the rain.
Good for you.
Yeah. There we go.
Player 3, where do we start?
Salmon for 200.
Fish ladders help salmon travel upstream over these man-made obstructions. Player 1,
What are bird dams?
that's correct. Player
Salmon
1,
for 4.
you start. Salmon are members of the same family as the speckled or brook variety of this fish. It's player 1.
What is trout?
Good.
Okay.
Player 1, you pick again, please.
LA Story for 200.
Sam the Eagle was created by the Disney Company for this event held in Los Angeles in 1984. Let's hear it,
What
player
are
1.
the Olympics? Okay.
Player
LA Story
1,
for
choose again.
400.
Microphones, TV sets, masks, phonographs, and movie cameras symbolize stars' specialties on its Walk of Fame. Okay, player 1.
What is Hollywood Boulevard?
Yep.
Can I retake
Please. This school is the oldest private university in California and the largest private employer in Los Angeles. Here's what we were looking for. USC.
USC. Okay, LA Story for 800.
Player 1. An observatory and a park in Los Angeles are named not for a birth of a nation director, but rather a colonel with this surname. Player 1.
What is MacArthur?
No.
Ah! This one, I always get
Any other
confused on
takers?
this one. But it's Griffith Park.
Yes, player 2.
Yeah. So I lost my lead.
Player
Oh, well.
2. You start us off.
Salmon for 6.
World Book says this country leads the world in salmon fishing with more than 450,000 tons caught each year. Player 3?
Japan?
Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers? Here's what we were looking for. The United States.
The US.
Select again.
Salmon for 8.
Weighing up to 100 pounds, this large type of salmon shares its name with a warm, dry wind. The correct response is the Chinook.
Chinook.
Player 2, choose again.
Salmon for 1,000.
When it gets its silvery scales and migrates to the sea for the first time, a young salmon is called this. It's player 1.
What is a smolt?
Good.
There we go. LA Story for 1,000.
Player 1. Docents at LA's Page Museum are in a sticky situation. La brea means this substance in Spanish.
What is tar?
Player 1. That's it.
Alright, now we're getting somewhere here.
You again, player one.
Both titles for 200.
Hemingway got the title for this 1926 novel from Ecclesiastes. It's player one.
What is The Sun Also Rises?
Yes.
400. Both
Player
titles.
one. Dickens, let's see. Martin Sweetledoo? No. Martin Sweetleback? No, I've got it. Martin this. Yes, player one.
What is Chuzzlewit?
Correct.
Alright, now I'm getting on a roll.
We return. Shakespeare's Sonnet 30 says, I summon up this, which became the title of a Proust work. Yes, player two.
Remembrance of the
That's correct. Okay, let's get back into this. Player
Presidential
two,
campaigns
you make the
for 4.
next selection as we... I pledge myself to a new deal for the American people, he said in accepting his 1932 nomination. Here's the response we were looking for. Franklin Roosevelt.
Franklin Roosevelt.
You again, player two.
600. Presidential campaigns.
The 1976 ticket of Jimmy Carter and this running mate was dubbed Fritz and Grits. Yes, player three.
Rings in. Walter Mondale.
You are correct.
Yeah, that's right. 1400.
A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player three. Make us a...
Answer there, the Daily Double.
It's the Daily
How much of
Double.
1400 does he want to
You're in
risk?
second place, so what
Just
is your wager
200,
going to be?
okay.
What are you going to wager? And the Daily Double clue. In 1916, he campaigned under the slogan, he kept us out of war.
Woodrow Wilson.
Good.
Okay.
You again, player three.
Presidential campaigns for
The
1,000.
Whigs used a log cabin as a symbol in his 1840 campaign. Here's what we wanted. William Henry Harrison.
Harrison.
You get to pick again,
Both titles
player three.
800.
Faulkner was using Dark House as a novel title, but there was something about the light in this month.
Player 3.
Yes, player three?
December.
Sorry, that's wrong.
Oh, that's not right.
Anyone else? Player one?
Is it April?
Sorry.
No, that's not right.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player two.
August? Yeah, that's it. Okay,
And
last
that's
clue
$1,000
round.
clue. James Jones considered Old Soldiers Never Die as a title for his World War II novel, but settled on this from a Kipling line. Here's the correct response. From Here to Eternity.
Here to eternity. Alright, we've got me in the lead at 2,800, player 2 in second at 1,800, player 3
The selection will be
third
yours,
place
player
with
three. When we
$8
return from
as
this
we go
break.
into the double Jeopardy round.
We start the
Really, you have
Jeopardy
to pull it
categories
together in
with
this
this
one
one.
if I want to have any shot at advancing to the finals.
Roman art. Presidential families. Philosophy. Language lab. Sports Illustrated magic number.
Hello!
And the body human. Player three. You go first in this
Philosophy
double Jeopardy
4.
round. Cartesian refers to the ideas of this man, the father of modern philosophy. Okay, player one.
Who is Descartes?
Correct.
Okay. That's a good start.
Player one, make a selection,
number
please.
4.
Baseball, 4,192 hits.
Who is Pete Rose?
Okay, player one. That's it.
Okay. 800.
Player one, hockey, 92 goals.
Who is Wayne Gretzky?
Yes, player one? Correct.
600?
Player
And
one.
1200 rather?
Baseball. 2,131 consecutive games. Player one?
Who is Cal Ripken?
Good.
Alright. 16.
Player one?
Answer there, one of the daily doubles.
The first of
And
the
I'm
two
feeling
daily doubles.
very good about
You
this.
are
So,
currently in the lead. Here is your daily double clue. Track and field, 29 feet, 2.5 inches.
who is Bob Beeman?
That puts you even
Got it.
further ahead.
Let's
Player
finish up.
one, football, 63 yards. Yes, player one?
Who is Tom Dempsey?
Good for you.
Ran right through that one, and at
You again, player one.
$13,200. Language Lab 400.
Most languages of Western Europe get their words for read and write from this language's leggere and scribere. Player one?
What is French?
Oh, sorry.
No.
That's incorrect. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Player three?
Latin?
Yes.
Yeah, that
All right, let's get back into this.
Language Lab
Player
800.
three has control. Hochdeutsch is the modern standard form of this language. It's player one.
was it. What is German?
Yeah.
There we are. Language Lab for 1200.
Player one. The pinyin system for writing this language in the English alphabet was officially adopted January 1st, 1979. Here's the correct response. Chinese. Please. In French, Hier Henri m'aimait, yesterday Henry loved me, is an example of this flawed past tense. Yes, player one?
What is imperfect? Okay, there we go.
Please. Douglas Hyde, also known as Ancreven Even, fought to preserve this language and founded a league of the same name. Yes, player three?
Welsh?
Nope.
Wrong.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the correct response. Gaelic.
Gaelic.
Select again.
Philosophy 800.
The first Greek philosophers tried to understand the universe, practicing this ology, from the Greek for order. It's player one.
What is astrology?
Sorry, that's wrong.
Down to
Anyone else?
14,400.
Player three?
Cosmology.
Right, you're out of the round. Player three, start us.
Body human for 4.
This pigment in blood transports oxygen. It's player two.
Albumin? No.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Yes, player one?
What is hemoglobin?
Hey, you're right.
Okay, body human for 8.
Player one, microscopic shaggy hairs called villi line the walls of this digestive organ. Player two.
Small intestine.
Right. Where do we begin, player two?
Presidential families for 4.
His daughter Margaret was born in Independence, Missouri. Here's the correct response. Harry Truman.
Harry Truman.
You again, player 2.
Presidential families for 800.
This 26th president's youngest son, Quentin, was killed in air combat during World War I. Okay, player 3. Nope. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct
chance.
response? It's player 1.
Who's McKinley?
Sorry, that's wrong.
No. It's Theodore Roosevelt.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? It's player 2. Correct. Please pick again, player 2.
Still a big lead though at 14,000. Presidential families for 12, and there's the other daily double.
That's right. The second daily double. You're in second right now. Player 2, give us a wager. All right, here's your clue. He married his second wife, Edith Bowling Galt, during his first term.
Woodrow Wilson?
Right you are.
Yeah, that's right.
Player 2, back to you.
Presidential families for
This
16.
8th president's wife, Hannah, died of tuberculosis in 1819. Here's the correct response. Martin Van Buren.
Martin Van Buren, okay.
Player 2, back to you for our next selection. His son married Mary Catherine Helen in the White House on February 25th, 1828.
I don't think I would know that.
Here's what we were looking for. John Quincy Adams.
John Quincy Adams.
Player 2, back to you. In the arm, the name of this muscle precedes brachii. In the leg, femoris. Okay,
sorry.
player 1.
What is the triceps?
No.
Wrong. Going the
Anyone
wrong
else
way
care to try
here.
to come up with a correct response? Here's what we wanted. The biceps.
Biceps.
Player 2, choose again.
Body human for 16.
The human brain has billions of connections across these gaps between neurons. Here's what we were looking for. The synapses. Player 2, choose again.
Finishing up that.
Sometimes caused by tooth grinding, the disorder known by these 3 letters can lead to a clicking jaw. Player 1?
What is TMZ? Ah! Down to 10,800.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Oh man, I am struggling now.
Okay, player 2.
TMJ. Oh boy.
We return to you, player
Letting
2.
player 2 get back in, and I
Here's
can't
Kelly
do
to
that.
start us off.
This giant amphitheater was one of the great achievements of Roman art.
Player 1?
What is the Colosseum?
Good for you. A lot of carved in Rome, the Pietà is the only work signed by this sculptor. Let's hear it, player 2.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Sorry, that's wrong.
It's 50-50
Anyone
chance,
else
but
care
I'm
to
not
try to
gonna
come up with
bother,
a correct
'cause
response?
A lot of times I've had a 50-50 shot, I've gotten it wrong.
Here's what we were looking for. Michelangelo.
Michelangelo.
You again, player 1. In Rome's Cerasi Chapel is Caravaggio's painting of the conversion of this saint. Here's the response we were looking for. Paul.
St. Paul. Philosophy.
You get to pick
12.
again. Fideists say that the source of religious belief is not reason, but this.
Player 3.
Player 3?
Faith.
Damn good. And you're back into some money. Player 3, where do we start?
Philosophy for 16.
This German philosopher's idea of the Übermensch included people like Frederick the Great. Okay, player 1.
I think it was Nietzsche.
Oh, you're right.
There we go.
Player 1, you start. A fresco by Raphael shows Pope Leo I pleading with this ruthless barbarian to spare Rome.
Thinking that it's Conan the Barbarian. I'm not sure. Either Conan or David. I don't know.
Here's what we were looking for. Attila.
Neither.
You again. Legend has it that Mark Antony's wife stabbed this orator's tongue after his death. We're talking about Cicero.
Okay, and now the last one.
And the $2,000 clue? The opposite of determinism is this two-word phrase used in an 1889 Henri Bergson book title.
If Player 3 were to buzz in and get this wrong, he would not be able to play Final Jeopardy.
The correct response is free will.
Free will. Alright, well, I do have a runaway, but not by very much. In any case, I've got 12,800 going into final. Player 2 is 6,100. Player 3
I'll see you all
just
for Final
400.
Jeopardy in just a moment.
And our Final Jeopardy category for today.
Here's the Final Jeopardy category. Economics. You need to select your wager.
Just $200.
And the clue reads, in 2007, this 18th century professor and writer became the first Scotsman to appear on an English banknote.
I'll go with Adam Smith. I risked it just enough to ensure that I get to go to the finals, even if this is wrong.
What did you say?
Adam Smith for player 3.
How much do you
That's
add to your
right.
total with that
You
correct
wagered all
response?
400. That'll take him up to $800.
What did you put as your response?
Player 2
How
also
much
said
do you
Adam
add to your
Smith.
total with that
And
correct
she risked
response?
3,200, taking her to 9,300.
Let's see your response.
Adam Smith for me.
And that correct response.
Just 200,
is-
taking me to $13,000.
You've come out ahead as our champion, player 1.
And that means I get to go to the
Go
finals,
on.
which of course is a 2-game total point affair. I will see you all for that very soon.